The internet has brought about incredible change and opportunity like never before. Did you know that it is actually possible to make a full-time income online without even leaving your home? And I'm not talking about a small profit here. There are thousands upon thousands of people currently earning incomes through online marketing. But just because the path to success is out there doesn't mean it will be easy to follow. You need a guide, someone with experience who knows the way to success. We'd love to share more with you about this exciting new opportunity. To learn more, simply follow the directions on this page. We look forward to sharing our secrets with you.
Good morning, everyone. This is Ron Tramontano from the Virtual Competitions new online platform. We're here today in sunny Florida, at my home actually, and we're going to go over a few different things here. I'd like to talk to you about some of the reasons we got started with this. All right, so let me see here what I can help you with. Let's see, okay. Designed to help small business owners, especially now in COVID-19. Well, you know what? I didn't plan for COVID-19. I started my project in probably 2012, 2013, and I started to develop this because I have a martial arts school here in Boca Raton. I've had it here for 35 years. COVID-19 is probably going to put us out of business now, like it has many other school owners. But it's not only martial arts schools, it's dance schools, gymnastics schools, yoga schools. A lot of us are in trouble, all right? We can really help all of these different types of school owners, all right? It's a platform where you can compete anywhere in the world with anybody in the world, and you could increase your income for your school. Basically, let me give you a little bit of an idea of how it works. Like I said, I started this in probably 2012, 2013, around that time, and I started to develop it because I wanted my school to go on the internet, and we were doing all kinds of different things at that time on the internet. Our story. In the late 90s, we had offices up at Universal Studios here in Florida. We were going to create me and a couple of my students actually, were going to create a television, 24/7 television network. So we had this great idea. We'd take martial arts, we'd stick it up on a television network, and I think at that time there's only like about maybe 56, 57 channels. However, we were going to go ahead, and cable was just coming out. We were going to put a martial arts action network up on TV, a place where parents could go ahead and put their kids in front of a television set and know that they were getting the right messages. That's what I really wanted to go ahead and do. So we took our operation from Boca Raton and we moved it up to Universal Studios up in Florida. We were there for about 7 years. And everything was going really well. I mean, we went to all of the cable TV shows and things that they have every year. And we were over at Wesley Snipes' house a couple of times. Wesley agreed to come in with about $1 million into the project. And then all of a sudden 9/11 happened. Once 9/11 happened, everything kind of calmed down for a while. We had to move the operation back out of Universal back over to Boca. And things started to happen again. Well, what I wanted to do and what I've always wanted to do is, to me, the martial arts is like the best thing you could possibly do for your child. I went up to one of Mike Sawyer's events one year, the U.S. Open, and I was watching kids like Mike Chatterat and a whole bunch of his buddies and friends. These kids were phenomenal. They were fantastic. I couldn't believe why this was not in the Olympics, and I even told Mike that. And even to this day, anybody asks me why I'm doing this, the reason I'm doing it is because these kids, the talent that they have is unbelievable. They should be recognized, and nobody is recognizing them. They're celebrity-wise, monetary-wise, nobody is recognizing these young men and women for the abilities that they have. Well, that set me off on another path. What I was going to go ahead and do was going to go ahead and create this television network. And I wanted it up on the internet. We had an internet component. We had a television component. We had an internet component. So many different things. I mean, you would have woke up in the morning and you would have saw maybe Billy Blanks doing his Taibo. You would have saw, maybe a martial arts cartoon network, talk shows with people like maybe a Chuck Norris, and we had this all planned out. And then you'd have all of the action adventure movies at appropriate times, okay? So we had this all planned out, and it was going well, big business plan, a lot of people looking at us. Time Warner was looking at us. There was a whole bunch of people. And then all of that stopped once 9/11, like I mentioned before, 9/11 happened. So we came back to the office and in Boca Raton, and I started to think. I wanted to go ahead and get a way for these young men and women to go ahead and be able to compete up on the internet. So I started to work on the platform. Now the platform is very big. It really is very big. It has the ability to go ahead and let these kids go ahead and compete, right, up on the internet. But that wasn't the only reason. I needed for studio owners to make more money. Okay, we all were in the same boat. Everybody was looking for a little bit of a way to make a little bit more money. Who put a store in their, some of them put a store in their facilities. It was just what we needed to go ahead and do at the time. My idea, however, was I wanted a platform where studio owners could go ahead and make more money in their studios by running competitions on the internet. Competitions, fundraisers, all of these different things. Well, one day while I was in the studio, I was videoing one of my students, and this student was a little bit on the spectrum. And this story kind of clinched it for me, why I just really knew that this had to happen. So his name was Nicholas, and basically he was, like I said, a little bit on the spectrum. Mom was sitting on the side, she was watching. And when we do these takes that we do with the kids, we teach them all of the camera work, the jogging, everything. We use a clapper. It's a lot of fun for the kids. The kids love to do it. Well, Nicholas, I think he was doing a breaking demo. And we had a couple of different breaks for him, like about 4 or 5 breaks. And he had to come up and he had to present himself, and he had to talk and say his name. I'm from West Boca Karate, so he had to go ahead and do all of these different things. And the first take was not so good, but he was a little bit shy, and Mom was watching. I could see her getting a little bit antsy over there. And then between my personality and the funny things that were happening, we got Nicholas to go ahead and do basically his second take. And these are short. I mean, they're really fast takes. And on the second time, he did pretty good, not too bad. On the third third take, he was phenomenal. He was really, really good. But I'm listening, and I'm hearing Mom is on the side, and she's crying. Yeah. And I'm saying to myself, did I do something wrong? I was kind of worried there for a second. So I had to go over to her and say, what did I do something wrong? Nicholas seems like he's all right, and he looks like he's having fun. And no, she just came over to me, she hugged me, and she said, Master Tramontano, I have never seen Nicholas do anything like this. Thank you so much, in tears, okay? And it just brought out another side of Nicholas that apparently she never had seen. And from that time on, I knew this is something that had to happen. You know, it's easy because, excuse me, it's really easy because you as an instructor, when you're teaching your classes, there's not a lot of work here to do. All right, you teach your class, and then at the end of the week, you tape the children and what they're doing. Your students don't have to be children; it's adults also, but you tape them 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, up to 4 minute videos. So it gives them enough time to do pretty much anything you are teaching, you know, whether it's form, self-defense, groundwork, it doesn't make a difference. This was all martial arts oriented. And so Nicholas and his mom went away really happy. And we started to move a little bit faster. Okay, I knew I needed to go ahead and get some really good developers, and I did find over the years, I probably had about 3 different developers. This one that I have right now was really very good. They did a really bang-up job on the platform, and you'll get to see that. But anyway, we started to go ahead and we would teach. You basically go ahead and teach your normal curriculum, and then at the end of the week, you go ahead and you start, you know, taping the videos. And then what you do is you take the videos off the camera, you put them on the computer, and you just send them all up to YouTube. And YouTube's great because it's, you know, you're not sending one video at a time. Okay, you're sending up a batch of videos. All right, so they go up really quick. Once they were up there, what the parents had to do was just go ahead and go get the URL and bring it over to the platform. Now, what we did, what West Boca Karate did, is we created our own YouTube channel. So everything that was created went to the YouTube channel. So the parents knew exactly where to go and get the URL. So that's a little bit of basically the story of why we went ahead and did this. And some of the other things here. Then something changed. You know, we went to the U.S. Open, and we presented as a presenter of the U.S. Open. We were on stage handing out trophies. Mike Sawyer, a lot of dignitaries, martial arts bigwigs in the industry were all there. And that was good. ESPN2 was there. We got some ESPN2 coverage. And that coverage lasted us probably about a year. People were telling us, you know, hey, we saw you on ESPN. So that was really good. Then we got on a plane the same day, and we went down to Vegas to the MGM. Okay, Century was holding the martial arts event in Vegas at the MGM, and we went there. And we did really very well there. One thing I saw was people were interested. Okay, people thought this was really a very good idea. And the platform was, I have to tell you, was nowhere ready like it is today. Oh, I even skipped the part. And before going to the U.S. Open and going to Century's event at the MGM in Las Vegas, we were contacted by Shark Tank. We were supposed to go on Shark Tank. They had heard about this event. They had heard about the project, and they gave us a call. Sony Pictures gave us a call. It was in April. Now, in April of 2017, there were a lot of people that were trying to get on Shark Tank. They listened to our story, and then they put us, they said, okay, you're going to be okayed, and we need you to make a movie or a video of your project. We also need you to go ahead and fill out a 62-page application. So anyway, I did all of this. All of that was done, and we went ahead and sent it in. But we never got picked, okay, because it was really late in the year, and I really knew we really weren't ready. Okay, at that time we had a provisional patent on the project, and what that what that had done for us though was make me understand that if we were going on Shark Tank, I needed to include all of the bells and whistles into the project that I knew it didn't have, and the provisional patent had to become a utility patent. So we went ahead and started to focus on that. So once all of that happened, and we did get the utility patent, and we had that on the project, then was the time we actually went to, we did the US Open with Mike Sawyer, and then went to the MGM for Century's event. Now, I got that timeline straight. Once we did all of that, once that event was over, I came back and I said, you know, to the people that I'm talking with, we needed to go ahead and do some different things. I tried to go ahead and update the software that we had, but that was just throwing good money into bad. So that didn't work. So I went ahead and I searched for some really good developers, and I told them we got to do it from scratch. We have to do it, from right from the beginning. And that's basically what we do. We're seeing that project now. So now we're in the midst of COVID-19 over here, and everybody can really use this because, doing Zoom meetings is one thing, but Zoom meetings alone cannot cut it. So you need something else to keep your students and clients excited. So the events that we can do, the competitions that we can do, compete with any school all over the world, compete, with anybody, all right? All of that works good. So the way that works is, a school owner comes, and what we're doing right now is we give it to them for 180 days for free. And then they come on board and they set it up. They need time to set up their platform. They need to put their logos, their sliders, their videos, their photos, their text, all of the things that they need to go ahead and do. Takes time. So once they get that all set up, then they can start running their competitions. They have to learn. There's a learning curve for the platform that they have to go ahead and do. But once it's up, you could do so much. There's so many different things that you can do. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that in the next segment. Okay, who can use our platforms? So you can see a list of schools here. All right, so dance schools, music schools, gymnastics, yoga, martial arts schools, cooking, baking schools, cheerleading team, karaoke, and many more. That was what I realized. Okay, after I came back from going to Century, okay, to the MGM in Vegas. Once I realized this, I said, this can work for basically all small business owners, still not knowing that we were going to get hit with COVID-19. So anyway, I started to talk about this, started to go ahead and develop this. We are a business-based model. What I mean by that is, I'm only concerned with what it is that you do. If you're a dance school, if you're a yoga school, if you're a martial arts school, this is what I'm concerned with. Because once you come on the platform and you register your business model, well, then you're drawn into a world of other people that do what you do. Okay, so it's not like martial artists are seeing dance schools. Okay, martial artists are only seeing other martial arts schools. Basically, some of the things that they're doing, there's ways of speaking back and forth, getting different ideas. So everything is kind of designed to uplift your business, make more income, all right? Exchange of ideas. So all of this can be really good, once you get up there and you register. All right. our business model, the platform comes to you for the first 180 days for free. And then, after the 180 days are over, we will charge you $95 as an annual fee. Well, a lot of you are over there saying, well, how are you making any kind of money? We don't make our money off of, the business that pays us $95. We're making our money from the competitors. There's an annual fee that the competitors go ahead and pay. Right now, that's like $35. All right, so all competitors all over the world that are using our platform, right, would pay us $35, right, and that's basically how that works. Now, one thing I have to say is that when the competitor pays the $35, when he first joins, on the very first event he joins, that $35 will pay us $25, and we're going to send $10 back to you, okay? From that point on, after that one event, his first event, every time he joins one of your other events, if you charge $50 for that event, all of that money goes directly. If you have 100 students, you charge $50, you just made $5,000. All of that $5,000 goes into your PayPal account. It's only on the first event that we're going to go ahead and give you $10 back. All right? So that's basically how that works. Okay. Decide what type of event to run. The platform can run all of these types of events. All right, tournaments, competitions, fundraisers, charity events, contests. All right, in your back office, you're going to need to set this up. So, it tells you right here, decide on your entry fees. Decide how the event will be judged. All right, let's talk about judging for a second. You have two ways of judging. We have what we call social media judging. All right, social media judging is star votes and views. All right, so what you do is you have an event, your students send up their videos, and those videos are judged with star votes and views. The winner is going to be the one with the most star votes and views. That's what we call social media judging. Now, there's another way of judging, which is by real judges. Every school has employees, right? If you're running a martial arts tournament and you're going to have all of your instructors, they're going to sit in the corners of all of the rings, they're your judges. Well, the same thing works here. So what you do is, there's a place in the admin where you're going to give all your instructors a special code. Once they sign up, the software knows it's not looking for star votes and views anymore, it's looking for the best overall competitors. So remember that, two ways of judging, well actually three, because you could use both, all right, in cases of ties or whatever. All right, so you can also see where it says here, will this be for your school or for others? So you got to remember, you can invite other schools to your tournament. If you're the creator of the tournament, what's going to end up happening is that if you invite other schools to come on board, that other school has to pay you an entry fee to come into your tournament or contest or whatever it is that you're running. Now, what happens here is that, let's say you invite 10 schools, all right, and your entry fee is $10, okay? You're going to get paid an extra $100, right, for $10 from each school, but as far as the money that each school makes, that's theirs. So when their students log in and they pay their entry fees, all of that money belongs to the school. It doesn't belong to you, it belongs to that school. The only thing the school's going to do is, if they're joining your event, is pay you an entry fee, one entry fee for that school. So that's basically how that works. Look, you got to remember, the whole idea here is to make school owners make more money. All right, we want them to make more money. Okay, once you set the rules, you're going to add photos, videos, and text to your. You have places there where you could, when you create your event, you could add all of those assets, to the event. So it looks exciting. It is exciting, and it'll show up in our calendar, right? Then what you're going to do is you're going to email all your students. You're going to let them know about the event. You're going to place it on Facebook, Twitter. You're going to get the information out there, Okay, once you get it out there, other schools will call you. Maybe they want to join or they want to watch your event. You know, one thing great about this is that we, I've created a number of really big 400, 500, 600 people that come to my tournaments. All right, and there's always people that can't make it. There's always people that can't make it, schools that can't make it. Well, with the platform, now you can optimize exactly how because these other schools can come and go ahead and take part in your tournament. Our competitions, once you're on the internet, our competitions last the whole month, from the 1st to the 25th. So there's time for them to go ahead and send their entries in. All right, so works really well, works great. And you're going to go ahead and get paid right into your PayPal account. That money is going to go right into your PayPal account. Video creation. I found it very good. A very easy way to do it was at the school. What I would do is, like I said, I taught for the whole week, and then at the end of the week on a Friday, I would go ahead and videotape. And all the kids wanted to go ahead and do that. All right, they wanted to videotape. They got to use the clapper. They were shown how to present. We taught them how to, change their gait so they were walking different, talking different, focus to the camera, and it was amazing. Parents loved it. Okay, the parents absolutely loved it, because what you're teaching them is how to project themselves not only in person but in media, and who knows where that can lead. All right, so video creation, they could do it at home, they could do it on a mobile phone, and just send it up to your YouTube school channel. Okay, YouTube. I've talked about this before. It is very important that you set up a YouTube channel for your school. This is the place where all of your students are going to send their videos right up to YouTube, right? And it's easy enough to do. And I spoke about this before. You're going to take the videos off of your camera, put them on your computer, and then you're going to block them and send them all up to YouTube. The parents will go ahead, all you do is you mail out, send out an email, whatever, to let the parents know where these videos, the URLs can be had, and then they just bring it over to the platform to compete with. Very easy to do. I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. I went over some of this stuff with you already. Students pay entry fees to PayPal or at your school. Well, I didn't go over all of that. You're always going to run into parents that are not technically inclined. I don't know how to do it. They don't want to do it for some reason. So what we've done is most of your students are going to pay right in PayPal. They go up, they'll have a PayPal account, or they can pay with a credit card. But there's always going to be the one that doesn't have that technical know-how. So what we've done is they can go ahead and pay it at the school and have you guys, your employees, do it for them. We charge a little bit more for that. So let's say the entry fee, this is the first time they're doing it, it's $35. We might charge $40 and then do everything for them. And parents are happy to have that done. All right, so that's another way we give you to go ahead and take that money. All right? Okay. This is an interesting part now. We're talking theaters. And you see Sony, Apple, Microsoft, Google, LG. Well, my idea is to go ahead and all of the videos that we create on the platform are shown in a 3D theater. Right now, they're basic 3D theaters. I mean, they're pretty nice, and the kids like it. But the idea here with me is to go ahead and have these international companies do something with us. And I'm not even looking for money from these guys. I'm just looking for them to go ahead and pull out one of their employees that knows how to make digital theaters and go ahead and create that theater. And what's going to end up happening is that you're going to have a parent's going to come up to the platform, and maybe they need something from, say, Sony. So they might choose the Sony theater to view their child's videos in. Well, on the Sony theater, maybe there's a little avatar that comes out, and he talks to you about Sony's favorable deals, and he's going to go ahead and after the show, maybe he could take you up to Sony's platform and you could see some of the different things that they have. All right, so that's the idea that we have right now, that we'll get these companies to go ahead and do that. And the reason we're going to get them is because we are also an international company. They are an international company, we're an international company, and we deal in an international market. All right, so these are the theaters. All right, judging. Now, I think I spoke about this already, but social media, right? Star votes and views, right? We talked a little bit about that. All right, and this is fantastic because what's going to end up happening is once your students' videos are up on the platform, all of their schoolmates, all of the kids that live in their cul-de-sac and their community, they're going to let these kids know because they want to get votes. All right, what I had done was I made the kids little business cards, and they actually went and gave it to them. It had the site's name on it, the URL and everything. And what happened was that they give these to their friends, and they come up and they vote for them. Now, what's great about this is at the end of the tournament, right? All tournaments end on the 25th, 1st to the 25th. What I did is I had a pizza party. Now, everybody that came and voted for one of the students, they were invited to the pizza party. It was free, right? We watched the bloopers because there's always a lot of bloopers, and they are hysterical. The kids loved watching that. And what's great about this is the parents are dropping them off at your school, right? They're coming in, they're meeting you, you're talking to them. So a lot of these kids that, that might not have a relationship with your school or maybe didn't even know you were there, all right, we're capturing, because they came up and voted, we're capturing their names, their zip codes, phone numbers, because when they go ahead and register to vote, right, they give us all of that information. There is a reason for that. Basically, if somebody comes up to the site and they just vote, well, that video will only get a half a vote, all right? If they come up and they register and vote, well, then you could give that video up to 5 star votes. So all of the kids tell them, register, please, so I can get the most votes. So that's basically how that works. And then you will have real judges, and I explained that to you too. We all have, all of our businesses have, employees. These are the employees that we use for judging. They're instructors, right? So we use them for judging. And the software is intelligent. Once the software sees the code for a judge, it's not looking for star votes and views. It's basically, looking for the best overall competitor. So that's kind of how we judge these videos. All right, influencers equal new students, social media marketing, right? We have students share videos, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. Well, one thing about influencers, you have to realize you are an influencer. And hire an influencer because they have many people that listen to them, okay? Well, you are sitting there with maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 students. Isn't that exactly what an influencer has the ability to do? You just get up and you get in front of your students and you tell them, hey, we're going to do a competition on the internet. All of your students do what you tell them. It's exactly what they go ahead and do. All right, because that is the training that you want for them. All right, and because you want that kind of training, look at dance schools, right? Dance schools have recitals. We have martial artists have tournaments. Cheerleading have events. Gymnastics have events. It's just a matter of letting your students know what you want them to do. So this is, and once they're out there, they're going to go to, they present these videos on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. And what's great about this is that all of these people, not only that, the grandparents are going to see it. Everybody that sees it's always being brought back to your platform, your site on our platform, right? It's actually your platform. You have a platform too. Once you get up there and register, you're going to see that your platform is not so unlike exactly what the main platform is like. All right? All right. We give you other ways to increase your revenues. Uh, Advertising, running events, right? Submissions for online schools. You can rent content, DVD restructure, bonus program. Let's talk about each one, right? Advertising. You're always going to have people maybe in your center or around you, businesses around you that would love to have your client list, access to your client list. So these are the people that you could, this could be the dentist, this could be any professional in your center. All right, over here, by running events, anytime you run an event, with charity event, fundraiser, you're making money. These are the things that you can make. Subscriptions for online schools. This is, we added this for COVID-19. A lot of us don't have schools any longer, all right? So we've given you the ability to go ahead and put a school up on up there on your platform. Now, how that will work is if you have content, right, what you're going to be able to do is send your content up to the platform. And then your subscribers, the people that you're charging monthly, will come up. They'll view your content. They'll see the techniques, whether it's dance, martial arts, gymnastics, doesn't make a difference. And they'll study those. And then you'll be able to go ahead and critique that because there's messaging right back in the platform. And you'll also be able to do it now with Zoom, right? Or any of the platforms that you go ahead and use. All right. Now, here's a great way of making money, is that you can rent your content. Let's say you're somebody like a Chuck Norris or Mike Chatteratbutt, and you have all of this content, right? If you have all of this content, and you can go ahead and actually put it out there to be able to rent for new school owners that are maybe not so good on Zoom. I've watched a lot of Zoom classes, and a lot of them are really not very good, all right? But there are some people that do a really great job. And those people that have content, you could rent their content and use their content for your school. So that's another way of the content users, making a lot more money. Can you imagine, let's say you're a martial artist and you're Mike Chatteratbutt, you got a lot of content, and you could go out there and you could go ahead and rent your content, okay, to other schools. So let's say each one of those schools are paying you maybe $50 a month to go ahead and rent your content. Maybe you got 1,000 schools, all right, that are using your content, okay? Each one of those schools is pulling in, let's say they're pulling in 50, 60 subscribers for that $50 a month, okay? You said the school's making money, Mike or anybody else that has content would be making money. All right, so this is another way that we're giving you guys to go ahead and do that. This is something that's happening. We're making this right now. DVD Reconstruction. What we're doing is a lot of people out there that have DVD programs. Now, if you have a DVD program, it's costly. You got to make the DVDs, you got to package the DVDs, you have to mail out the DVDs. I could eliminate all of your expenses in one shot on our platform. You could come in and you could run your DVD program right from our platform and eliminate 100% of your expense. Now, there's always going to be people that are going to want basically DVDs. So in conjunction with them, you could do this too. All right, so that's the DVD program. And there's a bonus program that we'll get to talk about a little bit later. All right, this platform is designed to make, it's a really big platform and it's designed to make a lot of money. All right, just to give you an example right here real quick, I don't want to go into the bonus program yet, but we're calculating that there's 16,125 schools in the United States, martial arts wise. I always talk martial arts because that's what I know. So if you got 16,125 schools, each school needs at least 125 students to go ahead, pay customary bills, all right? Electric, rent, all of these different things. You times those two numbers, you're going to come up with a little over 2 million people that are training martial arts annually each year. Now, I know there is a hell of a lot more than that, all right? There's other numbers out there that say that there's 78,000 martial arts schools, all right? But I'm using the 16,125. It's a lower number, but you get the idea, all right? Now, if every one of those schools were to go ahead and pay the Virtual Competitions, Inc., the $35 annual fee, all right, the whatchamacall, you're looking at about $70 million, all right? Just take, the minimum viable product would be 1%. If you just took, this is a big project. Now, duplicate that for dance, gymnastics, for karaoke, for music. You're talking a lot of money. So we're putting together a bonus program that, if you're involved and you're in the bonus program, you could be almost like a partner with us. We're going to be able to give some of that back. All right? And who do we want to give it back to? It's going to be you. All right.
Okay, so let's see what we got here.
Okay, we talked about this, and you're running your regular events, right? Could be a tournament. Add your virtual platform to your regular events to maximize your event's earning potential. And we talked about this a little bit. All right, so let's move on. There we go. It's easy, guys. There's really nothing to buy for 180 days. Then you will pay $95 annual fee. That's it. And like I always said, there's nothing to lose here, only the gain. This is designed with you in mind. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, this is, again, I'm Ron Tramontano. I'm the president and CEO of the Virtual Competitions Platform. It's easy. It really is easy to do. It's not hard to set up. It's very intuitive. Just get up there and start to make it happen and use it, and you will see it will be a benefit to you and your family. All right, again, Ron Tramontano, take care, and thank you for listening.